What's going on, comic book movie fans? My name is Jonathan. This is Comic Book Cinema. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we're going to do a top 10 countdown of my favorite MCU films. At number 10, we have Ant-Man. This one was another surprisingly good time for me. I really enjoyed what we got in the film. There was a lot of fun humor, a lot of cool characters introduced into the universe. Who could forget Louise's storytelling? I think that Paul Rudd is a very good fit for this role. I know initially when he was cast, I had my doubts and questions, but I think that he fills those shoes rather nicely. And coming in at number 9, we have Captain America, the First Avenger. When this film came out and I watched it with my buddies in the theaters, I just couldn't help but feel patriotic. I mean, this film has everything you would want to see in a swashbuckling tale that takes place in the 40s. A man out of time, gets sent to current day, has to leave the love of his life behind. What more could you ask for? The action's great. Red Skull, Hugo Weaving's performance in this film is terrific. We get a lot of seeds planted in this film that have repercussions in multiple different Marvel movies down the line. We see the birth of the Winter Soldier. We get our first glimpse of Hydra and Zola. It's just a really great film, and honestly, between me and you, I think that this film served as the blueprint for Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's a great film, but I think this film is the blueprint for Wonder Woman. And at number 8, we have Iron Man. Came out in 2008. A lot of people didn't know, believe it or not. A lot of people did not know who Iron Man was until this movie came out. Iron Man is now a mainstream fixture in pop culture because of this film and because of Robert Downey Jr.'s performance. Coming in hot at number 7, Thor Ragnarok. What a terrific film. It's basically a buddy cop movie with Hulk and Thor. What more can you ask for? There's a lot of fun action. It's really great to see Thor and Hulk go at it in the arena. We get great humor from Jeff Goldblum. We get introduced to Valkyrie in this one, who ends up becoming a mainstay character later on down the line. And who could forget Korg? Everybody loves Korg, right? Taika Waititi brought this film in a very unique and different direction than the other two Thor films, and it paid off in a big way. Great movie, lots of fun. And at number 6, we have the Guardians of the Galaxy. Who would have thought we would be talking so much about a talking raccoon, a walking, talking tree, and Drax the Destroyer? These characters were known by literally no one before 2014. When this movie dropped, it was epic. It's like Star Wars. It's like Indiana Jones. It's like a lot of cool films that we all know and love. It's an epic space opera. Guardians of the Galaxy does such a good job of not only introducing us to 1, 2, 3, but all these new characters. They come together, we know what they're about, and we get to see them kick lots of butt. Picking James Gunn to direct this film initially before this came out was a risky move by Marvel, but it paid off big time. Number 5, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Yes, please. It's a political thriller. You got Robert Redford in this movie. You got a Winter Soldier that's out for blood and probably, up until this point, one of the best villains in the MCU. You got Nick Fury in his super awesome car that can convert into a killing machine. And we have a torn Captain America, Steve Rogers, that really doesn't know what to do in a much more complex world than what he's used to being in the 1940s. Great film, lots of cool action. I even like Baltrock the Leaper. I think that there's a lot of really, really awesome stuff in this movie. The set pieces, the action is phenomenal. So at number 4, I have Avengers Endgame. For some, this is their number 1. For some, this is their number 20. We all have different opinions. Film is subjective. Don't forget that. But if you think that your countdown's a little bit different than mine, let me know in the comments below. Avengers Endgame is a great film. It's really cool how they all come together. Finally, Captain America gets to say, Avengers Assemble. We get literally every character that we've ever been introduced to in the MCU in this film. It's got basically everything you want. Action, check. Romance, check. Drama, check. Comedy, check, check. Phenomenal Marvel movie, lots of good stuff. At number 3, we have Captain America Civil War. The stakes in this film are so huge. It's the first time we've ever seen our heroes at odds with each other especially over an issue or a political topic like this. So the Sokovia Accords are brought in here, and it's hotly debated between Tony and Captain America whether or not they should sign those accords. The accords would require that superheroes register with the government and let their identities be known to everyone. Tony is surprisingly behind this. Captain Steve Rogers is surprisingly not behind this, especially after all that he's been through in The Winter Soldier, and his distrust for the government continues to grow more and more. It's an intriguing story, lots of great character moments. The bit at the end is so good when Tony finds out, spoiler alert, that the Winter Soldier killed his parents. Number 2 for me is Avengers Infinity War. I absolutely love this film. The way it starts off, you get our introduction to the Black Order, which is my favorite. So I really love the moments in this film. I think that's what makes it for me.
Hey man, what's up, Mr. Stark?
Kid, where'd you come from?
A field trip to Nova!
And at number 1, this might be controversial, but I love the first Avengers film. To me, it is the perfect superhero movie. The way they introduced us to these characters individually in all their solo films and brought them together, you know what type of characters you're dealing with here. You know what type of character Tony Stark is. You know what type of character Captain America is. When you put all these characters together for the first time, there's just something so cool, unique, and exciting about that. And this was the first time they ever did that. That's why this movie holds a really special place in my heart. I think this is the only film that I ever went to the theaters like 4, maybe 5 times to go see. I really love this movie. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this countdown. If you haven't yet, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram. We're at Real Comic Book Cinema. You can also look us up on Facebook as well. Until next time, have a good one.